I'm here from Manspeak, Monday night, 8:30. Of course, it's Manspeak Live, which happens every Monday. I'd just like to thank all the women who have actually hopped online tonight just to listen to insights on conversations with a man online. Again, if you're not actually on the broadcast tonight, but you do have some insights or questions or anything around this topic, again, don't be afraid to comment below after the video has been put onto the Manspeak page, or you can private message me if you really want some insights with anything that you're doing online at the moment. So today's topic I would like to talk about is, of course, conversations with men online. Now, I've been doing my research probably the last 6 months on the interactions with women online, and just to see how the women actually interact with different types of conversations and what engages them into conversations and what doesn't. And what I've seemed to have realised is, I suppose around, again, my age group is between 35 and 45 that I was targeting online. And what I come to realise is women are probably around that age group, or they probably are younger or older, probably in the same boat that I'm not too sure about, but when you ask them a question, they get uptight or there's not much conversation coming back. And I've tried different ways to actually interact with the women online, and I suppose with women, they probably get a lot of, or I've spoken to a few women when I've done my market research months ago, that the guys online, just ask the same old questions. How are you? How's your day? And that type of, opening question. And what I come to realize is women were getting bored with that type of question because they were getting inundated with a lot of questions and not so nice photos. So I went about it a different way than to ask just the boring questions, and just be a little bit playful, flirty and cheeky online. And even though I was doing this approach, I still kind of realized that some women were actually engaging into conversations, but there was still a lot of women online who were drawn or back, or just weren't being playful online with the questions. And look, I've spoken to a few men who have been online, and they come up with the same type of situation where the women just are being playful and cheeky and and having a bit of fun online. And when I find me have a bit of fun, just have with the questions. There was one question that popped up in my head that I used as I opened the line, and that was, I asked a question: if you had a time machine, would you go backwards or forwards in time? A great way just to open up a line and get to know the person in a cheeky little way. And I was coming back with a lot of questions of, I wouldn't change anything. I'm happy where I am now. Your past is past. You can't change it. Future, you can't do anything with that. And what I found with that is they weren't playing along with that playfulness. And I think that comes down to, I've spoken to a couple of women about this, who are being playful, with their online conversations. And it comes down to a lot of women when I hop online, the expectations they have with the conversation, and there's so much expectations on the outcome. And the only advice, or one of the advice I can give you, it won't be the only one, but a couple of things I can actually give you is, just go along with it. Don't have an expectation on the outcome. The lower your expectations on the outcome, the less chance you're going to get uptight. Be cheeky, be playful. Men love that. Men love a woman who can, make them laugh. And I'm sure there's women out there who enjoy men making them laugh as well. So, look, there's enough time down the track where there's going to be some serious questions and the man wants to get to know you. But it's always good to have a little bit of fun, be cheeky, be playful with your questions or answers, and just go along with it. And I truly believe is the less you put an outcome on the conversations or expectations, the more fun you're going to have. And you probably won't attract, the idiots. You're still going to attract the idiots. That's online, that's always going to happen. And I guarantee you that definitely happens from both ends. I can't speak for women what they see. I've definitely heard of, some different type of things that have been happening through my market research 6 months ago. But from a man's point of view, there's a lot of things I've seen that women, do online that portrays them in a different way. And that's why lately I've been working with a few women on their online profiles, and with my Manspeak, I actually have a man's view on your online dating profile program. And it's just like a 60-minute info session, and it's $97. And basically for me, what I do there is I just go through women's profiles and have a look at photos, have a look what they're typing in their profiles, and how men would perceive that profile. Because let's face it, when you hop onto a online dating, there's Tinder, probably the most popular one. You've got Plenty of Fish, Zook, I think it's called. You've only got like a couple of seconds in that first picture. Either make them swipe left or right, wink, send a message, whatever the way that online dating profile or app actually lets you engage with the man, so, or vice versa with the women. But if there's anything I could tell you tonight, and an insight, is men love women who are a little bit cheeky, who are playful and flirty. And when I mean flirty, I don't mean like sexual flirty. I mean have fun, have a laugh. And in between, yes, you can ask serious questions. And that's what I've been doing online. You can be a little bit cheeky to start. That's a great, icebreaker. And then down the track, you can ask, some serious questions. But yeah, be a little bit playful with your questions, and don't be, so uptight and, with the questions. Because again, I've heard a lot of women previously say to me, all I get is, the dick pics. Of course, is very popular. But pushing that aside, it's the way that the men are engaging in conversation. To go, hey, how are you? How was your weekend? What do you do for work? If you get a guy who's going to be a little bit cheeky, to me, I think that's fantastic. I know if a woman messaged me and was being a little bit cheeky with her messages, that's definitely a good, icebreaker. So, again, I would love to hear how some of the ladies are interacting with their online profile and what they're doing, to interact with a man. And there's nothing better than a guy talking to a woman who, makes them laugh. And I gather that'll be the same way with you ladies. You want to be with a man who makes you laugh, giggle, and feel warm and fuzzy. And we all want that, I suppose, when it comes to online, and we're looking for that perfect man, to come into your life. But definitely, if you need any help or tips or advice, that's what Manspeak's, about. It's just helping you understand men around you, and getting a clear indication with the online side of it too. It's a big market. I'm not going to say, that you're going to get the man first up straight away. Again, that's having the expectations there with it, and go from there. And like Vicky's just said, laughter is the best. I agree, Vicky. Laughing is, the best way to go about things. I think that's the best way to go about the online, and that's the best tip I can give you tonight, with the insights of online conversations. Feel like the conversations are going there, and it's not, making you want to message him back, then leave it. But again, men aren't going to message you back either if you're being, closed off, and one-word answers is definitely a turn-off for a man. And I've spoken to a few men, and this is something that I think is a good rule of thumb for men. I don't know if you ladies do this, but I've known men who they ask the women the questions, like, as they're going along, and the woman answers the questions, but there's no question back. And I've spoken to a couple of men, and they say, I give it 5 questions, and then they stop. Because they say that if I'm talking to a woman and I keep asking her questions and she's not giving any interaction back, the well in the day, I'm sorry, ladies, but that comes through a little bit across as self-absorbed. And it's all about you. And I'm sure there's probably men out there do the same, but I'm speaking from a man's view with women online. So, if you don't want to talk to a man, just let him know, but don't, get him to keep asking you questions and answer. It's about interacting and getting to know that man. And, there's plenty of insights I can give you about online. I've definitely seen a lot of good and bad things over my last 12 months with the online stuff, and go from there. And like Vicky's right, no one likes a one-sided conversation. Absolutely. Just imagine you talking to a friend on the phone or down the street and you keep asking their questions. They go, yeah, okay, all good, yes. Like that would annoy me. But if a guy really wants to get to know you, and you're being closed off, then obviously that guy's not right for you, and let it go. But don't keep us stringing the man along. So again, ladies, I hope some of these tips have helped tonight. Again, I know I've said this previously tonight, but if you've got any questions or any insights or anything that you've come across during your online journey, definitely share it with the other ladies online, and I'm definitely be happy to help you out with that. But again, like I said, I do have an online program that can help you out with your profile, because I've definitely had that experience with the online side of it. And that's about it. So from Johnny M and Manspeak, take care. Thanks again, ladies. Bye.